The priority areas in the reform of Ukraine's economy are as follows: transition to a new taxation system, increased control of offshore operations, demonopolization of markets, and in the state fiscal service.
Доки існує такі методи роботи.
As long as corruption in the state fiscal service and forced methods of work that lead to increased pressure on business exist, all this levels off the policies we want to introduce. And nobody is interested in voluntarily paying taxes until the SFS becomes fair and transparent, and as long as corruption remains rampant inside that body.
Є справедливе і не є прозоро. І доки там є корупція.
In order for the system of taxation to function stably, the full-fledged work of the state fiscal service must be ensured. Unfortunately, this is not the case. For this reason, the uprooting of corruption in the fiscal sphere must become the top priority of this body. Besides that, in the opinions of experts, another main step is establishing a service for financial research. This institution should serve as an effective instrument in the fight against economic crimes and create a favorable business climate in Ukraine.
Ті, хто думає, що ми зможемо самі
Those who think that we can engage staff from other bodies in the service to conduct financial investigations are gravely mistaken. We need new people, and they must be trained. Western European countries use a different system of taxation that is concentrated specifically in those spheres where it is necessary. For example, European countries lower the tax rate for green energy. International experts underscore the responsible attitude of people who live abroad towards paying taxes. Ukraine's key problem lies in the fact that to this day the shadow economy dominates in the country. The problem is not in non-payment of taxes or unwillingness to pay them. Many Ukrainians want to contribute to the spheres of defense or education. Most likely, Ukrainian taxpayers simply fear that their tax money will be spent ineffectively. Economic reforms include not only the reform of tax policy, Ukrainian MP Nina Yuzhanina said at an economic forum recently held in Kyiv. Yuzhanina stressed that there should be great political accountability for all changes taking place in the country. Decision and caution are very important when introducing changes. We should act with a sense of caution and stop using those revolutionary slogans that everything should be destroyed. We have many examples of the failure of reforms for lack of caution in our actions. Ukraine's key task is to fight corruption on its path towards joining the European Union. Foreign partners approved the creation of the National Anti-Corruption Bureau and the State Anti-Corruption Program. Reforms in the fight against corruption can help enrich the state budget. It is necessary to focus on fighting corruption. You've taken several important steps, but it is necessary to speed up these processes. Among these steps taken, I would like to stress the establishment of the National Anti-Corruption Bureau of Ukraine, which is operating in full swing and is diligently conducting thorough investigations. We can also note the introduction of the electronic income declaration system, but now the time has come to take the next steps. Despite the difficult political situation in Ukraine, its economy is gradually recovering. Last year was marked by a low budget deficit and stability on the currency market. To avoid problems in the future, Ukrainian leaders must seek other ways of economic growth, not counting on receiving yet another tranche of the financial assistance from the IMF. The government plans to enter the private market with small borrowings. For example, the issuing of small volume of Eurobonds will definitely provide a financial safety cushion. On the one hand, this will ensure repayment of external debts. On the other hand, we understand the risk of the situation in eastern Ukraine, and we must build up a hard currency reserve in the event of escalation of the conflict. Reform in many spheres provided for steady growth of the economies of certain foreign countries. There were failures, but reformers learned their lessons. Ukraine today is only at the very beginning of its path to full-scale economic growth. Therefore, reform of the state fiscal service, fighting corruption, and the privatization of state-run enterprises will help bolster and reinforce the Ukrainian economy and attract foreign investments.